Happy Hump Day, all you beautiful radio listeners. Thanks for dropping in on our little happy hour. We appreciate you listening. If you're watching on YouTube, here's a hand gesture just for you. You're welcome. YouTubers, hit us up on the chat if you're listening on the radio through 105.1 FM, 1080 AM. If you're online on 1051thefan.com, odyssey.com, you're listening through a smart speaker or through the Odyssey app, use the fan text line 503-2GO-FAN. That's 503-864-6326. Share your thoughts, ask questions, solicit advice, or answer me this, dear listeners. Don't you hate it when you ruin something that's new? If you have a shirt, Casey, and you get it and you've had it like for 2 months and you've worn it 3 times, isn't it way worse than if you ruin something you've had for years? Or would you be more upset if something makes it... What's the best time to ruin something? You see this shirt that I'm wearing? Right here on the arm. I've worn this like 3 times. Mm-hmm. And the arm has just ripped away, and it's a flannel shirt if you're listening on the radio, and it's where the buttons meet. It's basically ruined. I could go in and try to sew it up, but listen, I'm not Margaret Homemaker. It's going to look terrible, and this is not the kind of shirt that you wear around sewn up. What's the sweet spot? You've got, those shirts that you've had forever, old reliables, that you can throw on anytime they look good. You've got the new ones, you're like, oh yeah, I like the fit on this. How long's the best time to have something for it to get ruined? Because right now, I am really mad.
I think it depends on the clothing. Like a shirt, yeah. I think like maybe weeks.
See,
if I'm talking shoes, I get so frustrated when
shoes
my shoes
are worse.
Get dirt on them.
See, I remember I don't wear a lot of white shirts because I have PTSD from being like 20 years old, and I bought this Adidas shirt, and it was kind of like the baseball style undershirt almost, but it had just a little more, we'll call it pizzazz than that.
Kind of like that 3/4 cut?
Yeah, not the 3/4, but full length, but it had dark blue sleeves, white body, looked pretty slick.
Oh yeah, those are always great shirts.
Dude, first time I wore it, like I can't remember if it was ketchup or what the hell it was, but straight down the center, stain never came out. Ruined one wear. I had another one. I was in downtown Portland, and I can't remember the exact shirt, but I remember the moment. We were at the Penny Diner. I don't know if it's still there, but right in downtown. But they had a brunch burger, so it's the hamburger with the fried egg on top. And I always like to cut my burgers in half, so you kind of know the best angle of attack. I put the knife into the top of the burger, because little trick, if you're cutting a burger in half, don't side on one side and then drag it through, because you pull all the toppings off. Puncture the center of it, and then drag it out, spin it around, start in the center, work your way out. Go from the middle out.
That's honestly genius.
Well, except I do this at the Penny Diner, put the knife blade right in through the middle. It hits the yolk of the egg, and I'm not kidding, like a geyser. Like I just struck oil, comes straight out, hits the new shirt that I'm wearing, and just left yolk like one of the gremlins threw up on you or something. I don't know what it was,
and
but it was
egg, so it can't be good.
But it was just a spout, and it didn't go anywhere except for directly on me. New shirt ruined.
It's that singular drop that just floats in the air.
Now I've got this stupid rip on it, and this is pretty. What do we think? I mean,
I like it.
You're
it's a nice flannel.
For it. Yeah, nice little flannel shirt. Ruined. You know what I might do? Tell me if this is acceptable. When my father was a younger man, when we were all young children, we'd always buy him a flannel shirt for Christmas. We'd all chip in, get him a flannel shirt. He'd wear said flannel shirt till about April or May, and then it was no sleeve season. He'd just cut them off, and then he'd wear it, through the fall, and then by the time Christmas got around, he needed a new flannel shirt from each of his children. So he'd have like this rotating cast of with and without sleeves. So I think maybe I'll just hang on to this till the summer. Will this work for me if I just go no sleeves? I don't think I'm wearing it to work. But
I think
fishing,
it might work. The no sleeve when the suns come out?
Yeah, sun's out, guns out.
Sun's out, guns out.
All right. We've at least figured out a way to save the torso of this. I don't know what we'll do with the sleeves. Turn them into a bandana. Then I'll look real cool. I'll be kind of like you. You've got the matching hat and Blazer jersey right now. I'll make a matching bandana with one of the sleeves.
Put it
real
on,
slick.
Make it a do-rag.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Listen, when life gives you lemons, cut off the sleeves and look like a hillbilly. That's what I say. Is that a good idea? No? All right. Well, text us in if you've ever had something that you had, loved, ruined immediately. And if it still haunts you, because that's how I am. If you said shoes, do you have like a specific example in your mind that sticks with you? Oh,
especially because I have a sweatshirt and a pair of shoes. Both are all white with a single just black Nike swoosh in the middle.
Super simple.
And the white sweatshirt has become my cooking sweatshirt now.
just gave up.
I just gave up.
I'm not getting an apron. It's already ruined.
It's one of those where I have stuff on the sleeve from wiping my face and not realizing I had stuff on my face. I have stuff from just dropping it all over me.
But how long did you get that pure white sweatshirt before it got ruined?
It's still relatively white.
Okay. Just stained up.
But it's got some years.
But it wasn't like first wear. Oh, it was?
Yeah, it might have been like within the first few weeks.
It seems like a good idea to go pure white. The only white item that I will even just plain white t-shirt. That's as far as I can go. Outside of that, I buy nothing white. Like I get anxiety watching golf tournaments when the guys show up in white pants. I'm like, what are you doing?
And I golf in white pants every once in a while.
Oh,
so it'll just be like, these are the ones we're getting stained.
No. That's the one time like I take a wrong step and like slip going down a hill because I'm always chasing the ball all over the place, or just go through and somehow you just no thanks.
All of a sudden it just gets mushier and mushier with every step.
Yeah, no way. All right, well. That's my day so far. And here's the other thing about this show. I want to give everybody the best show that I possibly can. I will have one eye on this hockey game. I was hoping that going into the show, we'd have a commanding lead. We are at the beginning of the third period. It is 1-0 U.S. over Sweden. I wish I could tell you that it was a big dominating lead. It is a 1-goal game. We saw in the, Latvia, Canada? Was that the earlier game? Or Czechia.
Yeah, Czechia.
No lead is safe. You go into extra skating time with 3 skaters out there. Listen, I don't know who the best players are on the Swedish team, but if you go down to just your 3 best, a little bit of anxiety. So I will do my best to stay focused on this, but I just want to see Canada-US meet in the final. That's selfish. Let's be honest, I don't really care that much about Canada, especially if Sidney Crosby's not going to be there. He had a lower body injury. Coach said he's going to be back. This will not be his last game in the tournament. I'd like to see him back. You want best on best? A little North American rivalry. I'm all for it. I will be keeping one eye.
This just makes the sport of hockey so fun to watch. When you get a heated rivalry like that, and then you're going, no pun intended, heated rivalry. But then, again, not only the mix-up of Canada-US, but we're going to get pretty much an all-star game.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Well, and knowing that the players are 100% bought in, even the Four Nations tournament turns into something that's pretty spectacular when it's not an Olympic year. We know the medal matters. We know all of this is big. And it's not a foregone conclusion like it is in the women's tournament. 7 of the last 8 years, the U.S. has met Canada. I'm here for it. I'm good with that.
We'll take it.
But let's have a little bit of anxiety as you go through it. That's what sports should be. Like, am I happy the Seahawks ran away with the Super Bowl? Absolutely. But only because I almost died 7 times watching the NFC Championship game. I just needed a little bit more relief than that. And let's be honest, the NFC Championship game was terrible to watch. Neither of those teams deserved to go to the Super Bowl, so it worked out the way it should. Let's get through Sweden, can we?
I think this is also going to be, I don't want to say it's more important, but I think it's going to be everything that the NBA All-Star Weekend wanted to be.
For sure.
In one game.
All right. Well, before we do some In Case You Missed It, I need to tell you that Fan Madness is back. Join the Fan Thursday, March 19th and Friday, March 20th for the 2 most exciting days of basketball. This will be at Tom's Watch Bar in the A Casino Resort in Ridgefield. Dirt and Sprague, the firm of Harrison Meringue. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, happy hour before you get Isaac and Suk to wrap things up. Live throughout the day. Don't miss a minute of the action. Play hooky with the Fan for Fan Madness, brought to you by A and Window Nation. That is March 19th and 20th at A Casino Resort. Let's do some In Case You Missed It. In case you missed it, the headline today read, U.S. star Mikaela Shiffrin wins gold in the slalom, ending an 8-year Olympic medal drought. 8 years? Really? You mean she didn't win a medal in one Olympics game? Who wrote this headline? An 11-year-old? I know I look older than 11, but I was born on a leap year. Shut up! It's not 8 years. She had one bad Olympics. Idiots. That's her third gold medal. She's fine. In case you missed it, LeBron James has reportedly cut out wine and chocolate chip cookies to get through his 23rd NBA season. The Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark saw that and said she'd rather retire than give up her cookies and wine. Caitlin, take it easy. You got to be careful about publicly disagreeing with the king like that. What are you doing? Trying to be relatable or even worse, likable? Come on, you are missing. That's not how a superstar acts. Not in 2026. Okay. No.
You know I had to slide it in.
Always. Hey. I always try to get LeBron into the headlines just so we can do that. In case you missed it, NBC sports execs are pitching a new one-on-one tournament to spice up the NBA All-Star Saturday. Now, I know just yesterday I said I'm done with this format changes, but I will sign off on this under one condition. The first round, All-Stars versus NBA executives. Let's go. Watch the senior VP of ads try to get a shot off on Wembanyama. Let's go. Some guy named Morty from programming trying to stay in front of Ann Edwards without actually breaking an ankle. Only way I'm good with this. Let's go. In case you missed it, Orlando Magic forward Franz Wagner is out indefinitely with an ankle sprain. No? Ankle sprain? What? Oh, damn it. I really hope that would work. I should have mispronounced Wagner first. I don't know.
It caught me off guard because I was like, was it? Did he mean
Sprawn?
to do that?
Uncle Sprawn? Uncle Sprawn. It should have been Uncle Sprawn. Damn it. Screw that up. Nope. Uncle Sprawn would have been better. I screwed that up. In case you missed it, the Spurs have signed veteran center Mason Plumlee to a 10-day contract. Damn it. Pack it up, everybody. I guess we just hand the Spurs the Larry O'Brien Trophy right now. They won their first championship. Listen to this. They won their first championship with David Robinson and Tim Duncan as the Twin Towers. This move gives them 5 centers on their active roster. What do we call this? Cinco Centros? Is that... You know what we call this? Unstoppable. That's what you call it. That's what it is. Elsewhere in Spurs news, in case you missed it, Chris Paul recently on a podcast calls the San Antonio Spurs the best organization that he ever played for. Reactions were missed. The Thunder and Warriors were obviously annoyed. They put together championships in recent years. The Suns and Clippers felt like they actually were let down by Chris Paul when he was there. Rockets and Raptors basically said, yeah, we get it. And the New Orleans team, no comment. Not because they didn't have anything to say. They just couldn't figure out how to work the volume on the podcast. So they couldn't actually hear what he said. So there you have it. In case you missed it, Kyrie Irving will reportedly miss the rest of the season to recover from knee surgery. Now, keep in mind, this comes exactly one day after Mark Cuban said the NBA needs to embrace tanking. Nice try, Mark. I see you. Honestly, I feel like I'm probably going to get a fine just for making the connection to this. You idiot. In case you missed it, Kevin Durant today dismissed allegations that he uses burner accounts to criticize teammates, and nothing is more. This is all just, quote, Twitter nonsense. And he's not the only one that thinks that. He was supported by threads from @DevonCurrant, if you can't beat him, join him 35, and not a KD burner account. All posted threads supporting.
Not a KD burner account would be perfect for Kevin.
Yeah. You don't like Devin Current? Oh, come on.
Devin Current.
I kind of like that. If you can't beat him, join him. 35 was his number in Golden State. In case you missed it, reports are coming out that the Vikings had to simplify their playbook for J.J. McCarthy last season by eliminating almost every complex concept that he struggled with. They apparently took out all deep corner routes, most passes over the middle, and winning football games. They had to take out all. This show's so stupid. I don't know anything. And finally, in case you missed it, the Backstreet Boys are publicly campaigning to headline the Super Bowl 27 halftime show in Los Angeles. That's right, the Backstreet Boys are trying to play the Valentine's Day Super Bowl. Are you guys trying to give my old man a heart attack? Is that what you're... Is that the... No, he's given up on the halftime show. The only problem will be I'll have to keep explaining, no, Dad, this is not the guy that pulled the top off of Janet Jackson. That's a different boy band. It's not. It's a different band. Nobody, we're not going to see any breasts. This is just, they're just going to be singing songs to girls. That's all they're... All right, big thanks to our studio audience. We are going to do some subtext. This is a segment where we try to read the minds of players and coaches from the press conference audio. Casey and I will do that at 2:30. But right now, we need to tell you what's going on with the Seahawks sale. We'll get you an update on the coaching searches, and we will talk about who is the new ambassador for the World Baseball Classic. That's all in the Daily Buzz. We do it next on 105.1 The Fan.
Luke Anderson.
All right, kids, I know that I've already mentioned this, but now it's official. The Seahawks are officially up for sale. Who wants to get in on this? Come on, send me the cash. I promise that I'll use it only for the process of making a bid. Now, there's going to be some incidental costs, so you're probably not going to recoup anything, even if we don't win the bid. But start sending in some cash. Casey and I will help be ambassadors for it. Casey will give up his affiliation and fandom for the Steelers. He'll get rid of all the gear as part of a way to raise money. We're going to buy it'll be the happy hour Seahawks. It's going to be fantastic. I don't think we'll be able to move them to Portland, but hey, let's shoot for like Centralia or something. That way it's split the difference. The whole thing will be great. So please get on board. This is the closest there's ever been a team sale to a championship one. So this will be interesting to see what the bids end up being. But the process is officially underway.
The Buzz.
Okay, so I'm an idiot. Yesterday I told you for sure that there wasn't going to be a whole lot more departures from the Seahawks coaching staff in the direction of Las Vegas. But do you know who Rick Dennison is? Senior offensive advisor Rick Dennison is leaving Seattle to join the Las Vegas Raiders following the OC Clint Kubiak. Now, Dennison, I don't know what an advisor actually does, so I don't think this is going to be a huge hit for the Seattle Seahawks. Dennison only spent one season with the Seahawks, but he coached alongside Gary Kubiak, who, of course, is Clint's dad, for 19 seasons. So the rest of the staff seems to be staying in place, at least for today. Tomorrow we'll tell you who is leaving that I don't know about today. This is what happens when you trust reports.
The Buzz.
They are adding to their coaching staff as well in Seattle. The Seahawks are hiring Northern Illinois head coach Thomas Hammock as their running backs coach. Hammock spent time with Coach Mike McDonald when he was in Baltimore. He spent the last 7 seasons at NIU, amassed a 35-47 record. The big one that we all remember is them knocking off Notre Dame early in the 2024 season. So moving out of college coaching to go to the NFL, does that feel like a good move right now in everything that's going on in the sport?
Probably.
Congratulations, Mr. Hammock. Welcome to the Super Bowl champs. You're done with NIL. You're done with the 24/7 recruiting cycle, and you're done being a mid-major. This feels like a very good move, at least for one guy.
The Buzz.
All right, let's go over to the Seattle Mariners. How about this? Ken Griffey Jr. has been named the global ambassador for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. In the inaugural WBC back in 2006, Griffey hit .524 in the tournament. At the time, he was with the Cincinnati Reds, but he has a good history with it. Apparently, he's going to be embedded as a photographer with Team USA, so he's going to be with the team. Who'd you rather have, Griffey or Snoop Dogg?
Griffey.
Oh, amen to that.
Griffey.
Are you getting tired of Snoop Dogg's Olympic act?
No.
No? Okay.
But I think I'm just tired of seeing, well, not the Olympic acts. I think sports is always great for Snoop to talk about.
Okay.
I think it's the other stuff that I'm getting tired of.
Like
The non-sports stuff. You see Snoop pop up, say nonsense for a few seconds, and then leave.
Yeah.
I think it's getting oversaturated.
See, I kind of feel that with the Olympics. It's him showing up and be like, oh, man, this is hard. Yeah, we've already done this. We've done this. The Olympic sports require training, and they're difficult. I think I got it. Can we maybe get an athlete out there? Put athletes in other positions. Like you take a guy like Griffey, have him do curling.
Like it was great watching Phelps when it was Michael Phelps talking with Snoop Dogg and doing swimming. But
yeah, no, like we've done it once, but at some point. There's no other celebrities. There's no other former athletes. There's not somebody else we can go
another
and get a different
Olympian
look at
that we would like to watch.
Yeah. Just it's kind of over.
The Buzz.
Ooh, man, this little switch could make a big difference in next season's NFL power rankings. Patrick Mahomes is restructuring. Guess what? It's really hard to win when you pay your quarterback 2/3 of your salary cap. Weird. Patrick Mahomes is restructuring his contract to create over $43 million in cap space for the 2026 season. Did this ever work out for another quarterback? Is there a guy that you can think of that never took the most money and was consistently the best quarterback in the NFL and went to 10 Super? Oh, yeah, Tom Brady did this. I don't know why the blueprint took this long to figure it out. You look at the Seahawks, who are not paying their quarterback $50 million. Turns out it makes it a lot easier. The idea of rushing to try to get to the Super Bowl while your quarterbacks are still on rookie contracts, I'm surprised it took this long, to be entirely honest with you. They're converting $54.45 million of his 2026 salary into signing bonus. Mahomes will count $85 million against the cap in 2027, but guess what? There's probably going to be another restructure, and we'll get it all figured out. He's going to be, of course, coming off of a knee surgery for 2 torn ligaments, but we talked about it yesterday. They're actively campaigning to get Tyreek Hill back. And if you get used to going to the Super Bowl every year, it probably was pretty disappointing to not even make the playoffs. And guess what? You can't spend all that money in a lifetime anyways, brother. Go back out and get some more Lombardis. Will you? Is that too much to ask for? Makes sense.
I kind of like the move because
who does it?
Matthew Stafford, to stay with the Rams a few years ago, took a $20 million pay cut. And then they loaded up on talent, and look where they've been the last few years.
Do we really think that Patrick Mahomes will not have a job forever that pays him more than the work that he contributes for the Kansas City Chiefs, like in perpetuity for all time, whatever he wants? Like, if he were to blow all the money that he makes in his playing career, the Chiefs are just going to turn their back to him and just be like, yeah, you're done.
And he'd still have a minority ownership in the Royals.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to be okay. Making all your money up front versus going on to have a legacy. What are they paying Tom Brady to talk poorly about football on Sundays? A lot. Didn't he have the highest contract before he ever said a word for Fox?
10-year, $375 million.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay just flat out winning.
The Buzz.
And if you're looking for a wide receiver, guess who's going to look into free agency and see how it serves him? Mike Evans. You need more weapons in Kansas City. Let's clear some space. Maybe go get one of the most prolific wide receivers of a generation and see if you can get him out there. That will be an interesting one. Mike Evans has been ultra reliable. This year, of course, only played 8 games, but 1,000 yards every other year of his 11-year career. Pretty good. Be a nice weapon to have, especially if he doesn't need to be the entire offense like he was for chunks of his time in Tampa Bay. Man, that sounds pretty interesting to me.
The Buzz.
And one quick one from the Olympics. Cross-country ski. I don't even know why I try to pronounce these names. Norway's Johans Hafslot Klæbo won his 10th gold medal, joining Michael Phelps as the only Olympian to reach double digits. He's already won 5 golds in the 2026 games and has 1 more race to go.
That's a tough name.
That's
a tough name. I'm looking at it now. It's a tough one.
It took me 4 tries to get Casey Smith the first time you did the show. So listen, I'm not the guy to go through here and phonetically spell anything. I mean, poor Franz Wagner with his Onkel Sprawn. No? Still doesn't work? I'm going to keep trying that one. That was maybe my favorite joke of the day. And I could have made it better. I realized that it wasn't the perfect delivery, but I still like it. All right. Hey, we need to start reading some minds. We will do the subtext. We do it next. First, let's walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what we missed.
First on the fan, the Seattle Seahawks are officially up for sale.
Can I quickly just tell you?
Yes, you can.
Sweden just tied it up.
Oh, of course they did.
1:15 left in the third. They found the back of the net. U.S. on the attack.
A statement from the team was released today from the Super Bowl champions, stating that the estate of former owner Paul Allen will sell. They will sell the team, and the proceeds will then go to charity, as was his wish. My question for you, Luke, during his ownership, alive and posthumously, what's your favorite Paul Allen memory?
I mean, the first Super Bowl championship was, it was insane, especially being led by a secondary. I mean, you think back through all the great defenses of all time. The LOB is just built differently. All of your personality, both the way that they played on the field, off the field. That was one of the more unique teams that we've ever seen. That also coincided with the Hunt for the Host. We started that little contest in January of 2014, so that whole run coincided, the playoff run coincided with auditioning to get this show and doing everything that we ended up having. So it was kind of a special time. But you only get your first Super Bowl once, and that was pretty special.
For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network.
question I've ever been asked.
Did you like
You should take it.
the preparation of the?
You really think I care about the other
No, I don't.
student
I don't
section?
think you care about the
Are
other.
you raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just-
Yeah, you are. There you are. Come on, dude.
Not raising.
Come on. Yes, you are. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody. This is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. I mean, who cares?
That was UCLA men's basketball coach Mick Cronin getting into it with a reporter. I'm on Cronin's side on this one. His team just lost by 30. He had to remove one of his players from the game for a flagrant foul that just didn't need to be happen.
I'm having a hard time understanding ejecting your own player on this one. It sounds to me, if I'm listening to Cronin, he's just waiting to be mercifully fired from that job. He's like, if I get in arguments and just represent this university as poorly as I can, if I completely alienate all of my players as I go, can you guys just fire me? If you fire me, I get paid, right? Like I keep all. If I quit, I probably have to forfeit it. I'm actively trying to get fired from UCLA is all I'm hearing in that clip. I love it, but not for the reasons he wants you to love it. He sounds like an idiot.
I think all college basketball coaches kind of have that little mean energy to them.
All college coaches.
Yeah.
I always feel like coaches stay in college because they like it being all about them and not the players. And all the people that are up. Nick Saban left because all of a sudden you're paying players and people know how much you're paying players, and it's not all about Nick Saban anymore.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the players, like I said, players are the strength of this union. It's always been the strength of this union. And, you know, we've all been in clear communication from this morning when we got the news. And just kind of shows where we're at as a union is that, you know, from the bottom up, we're all pretty in line and our goals are very similar.
How important is it to have the right leader in place for this?
Oh, it's huge. But again, like I said, it's a players-run union. I mean, when the players are locked in together and the players understand what the goal is and the players know what they want to do, we'll be in a good spot.
That was White Sox pitcher Davis Martin expressing his feelings about the MLB-PA situation and the Tony Clark scandal. Do you think his sentiment is kind of shared around the rest of the league, the united front look, or do you think that this is going to hurt them in negotiations in the future?
Well, I'm having somebody that's currently under investigation from the Federal Bureau of Investigations, probably not the guy you want leading the organization, so I don't think he's lying about that. I don't know how unified this team is. It sounds like everybody from the ownership side is starting to have the chatter that the Dodgers are spending too much money, and then you have players like Bryce Harper and who was the other one that came out? What's his name? Third baseman, Padres. Why am I...
Machado.
You know, I don't know why I had that. I had that in my head, and I'm like, that's not the right guy. It's Manny Machado. They have both said that they absolutely love what the Dodgers are doing. The more you pay players, the more you have to pay players. So I don't know if the union is complete in lockstep with the superstars and if this is going the way that they want it to. But I haven't heard a lot of dissenting voices, so you could be running into a deadlock. I don't know how many players that are below the, seven-figure deals really want to go along with it, but the more prestige you have, the more power you have. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Please don't have a long work stoppage baseball. You're just getting back to where it's as good as it's ever been. The rule changes have worked. Please don't do this to me, you bunch of idiots.
Yeah, listen, I mean, we haven't won, and I really want to win, right? Each year that goes by, I get more annoyed. And so, listen, I mean, it's hard to know when to make those changes, and sometimes they happen in a way that you don't fully anticipate or expect. But the other side is, we have a really sharp management, baseball management, and these guys were prepared and had alternatives. And like I said, saying goodbye is always tough, but saying hello is kind of fun.
That was...
Can I interrupt you before we get started?
Go for it.
USA wins! Go USA! Got it. Sorry. You can continue.
That was Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, explaining to reporters his frustrations with the team's lack of success over the last few years. But Steve, the fans feel the same way.
Well, yeah. So do the players. So do the guys in the clubhouse. Like, you're the only one disappointed. I know it's your money. People pay for tickets. People pay for jerseys. People pay for hats. Like, nobody is satisfied with the product the Mets are rolling out. Like, okay, yes, I get that it's your money. You're also making money off all the other people. Guess who doesn't get any of that recouped when somebody goes and buys a ticket and a hat and all of those? Just, I can't with Steve Cohen. I honestly only heard half of that. I thought it was him, and then I'm watching hockey. So just shut up. Casey, do not play me anymore. Steve Cohen.
Hey, whatever makes you angry and want to yell at Steve Cohen.
Well, hey, I'm happy and sad at the same time. He's an idiot. That's great. But I'm watching the replay of the goal, and the U.S. goes to the semifinals of Olympic hockey. So let's freaking go.
Final thing with you in regards to your recovery. Is the Masters off the table for you?
No.
That was Tiger Woods, keeping it pretty cut and dry. I doubt that's his want to play that really holds him back. I think it's, the 11 surgeries that he's had on his back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely ruining your body and ruining your swing and ruining your reputation and ruining your consistency. That guy was, if you watched I think it's a 2-part documentary that they did on HBO. Is that where it was?
I believe so.
What a life that guy has lived, and had everything in the palm of his hand and just threw most of it away, but he built up so much goodwill that golf can't quit him, and they keep inviting him back, and it's like, dude, I don't know how you want to live the rest of your life. You're obviously insane. But yeah, if you want to go out and keep just forcing yourself out there, hey, go for it, man. You've earned it. You've put yourself in a position where people want to see it and they're going to cheer you on. And if by some miracle you go out and have a run at, 40, how old is he right now? Is he 50? I think he just turned 50. If you do it at 50, if you do it at 100, if you do it at whatever,
just turned 50.
People will get very excited. So yeah, keep limping your ass out there and we'll keep watching. But dude, what Tiger Woods is just, I can't say his name without shaking my head. It's just, the whole story is absolutely insane.
Do you think golf needs Tiger more, or do you think
no? I think golf's in a very good spot. I mean, you've got a lot of names that you can put out there. Scotty Scheffler doesn't have anywhere near the personality or the barriers being knocked down that he's doing, but that guy is insanely good. There are plenty of people worth rooting for. Rory winning the Masters last year and crying on the 18th. I mean, there's been some really good moments in golf. The LIV thing gives it a little bit of a shakeup, but if that didn't hurt the PGA, then I think you're going to be just fine. I don't think anybody needs Tiger Woods as much as Tiger Woods needs golf.
Talking about Cam and the pre-draft process, everything you learned about him during the course of last offseason, what would you like about his personality, how you guys kind of jive together?
A lot. I think he's got some moxie to him. He's tough. He holds himself to a high standard, which is important for that position. Everybody's going to look to that position to be the leader of the group. And again, I wasn't around him last year. I've only seen him a few times here or there as he's going through treatment. So there's, I got a lot I got to dive into. But the meetings leading up to the draft process, the communication that we had, the kind of personalities that we have, that was a good fit.
That was newly hired Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator Brian Daboll answering questions about Cam Ward. But he's kind of talking like he's never really met the guy.
Definitely sound like that to me. Yeah. I read some things about him, and I'm going to pretend that those are personal anecdotes. That way you feel like I'm really excited about this. Daboll's happy to have an OC job with somebody that he likes. He kind of made it clear that Tennessee or going back to Buffalo were his first two choices. I don't think it had anything to do with Cam Ward. I think going back to Buffalo had a lot to do with Josh Allen. But
if I'm a Titans fan, this concerns me because Cam Ward made it public about saying he wanted to be a part of the coaching decision.
Yeah, I think
then you got Brian Daboll going, yeah, I'll talk to him when I talk to him.
Well, but I don't think that's necessarily the wrong move to make. I mean, you have no promise that a number 1 overall draft pick is going to pan out and be great for your team or any team anytime in the future. So these guys have to go in. They know they're coaching for their jobs. They know they're playing for their jobs. The NFL is more business than sport in a lot of instances, and this is definitely one of them. They're all going to go and try and figure out a way to make it happen. There's a first-round draft pick that never really figured out how to play quarterback in Indianapolis, who's going to be looking for a new home. So it's move on as quickly as you can, because quarterbacks move around more now than I think they ever have, and you can get a second chance, third chance, fifth chance like Sam Darnold and make it work. But yeah, if he shows up and Cam Ward's not his guy, I think he'll probably be pretty vocal about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes either direction. But that's a quarterback that you're going to be working with. He's your number one overall draft pick. You're going to try to make it work. If it doesn't, you end up right where you were, right?
And again, he's run offenses before without a quarterback. He had Daniel Jones for the first 5 years.
Right? Daniel Jones looked pretty good through the first half of the year, and then he's the guy that kept running Jackson Dart headfirst into defensive linemen and linebackers and getting him in the concussion protocol every single game. So I don't know who you have more faith in, Daboll or Cam Ward, but I'll believe in Tennessee when they show me something, and we'll see. That's it. All right. Well, you know what? I've got a couple little things for one more for the road, but one is very, very sad. And if ever there was a tragedy, this might be just the worst cherry on top of a bad week of all bad weeks. We will tell you what that is when we do one more for the road. Next, it's Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
Here's Luke Anderson.
Okay, I've got three things for you before we get anywhere. First, if you missed any of the show or you're not listening right now, download the podcast, 1051thefan.com, odyssey.com, the Odyssey app, or just send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Casey Smith, care of Odyssey, and we'll get that to you. Floppy disk, thumb drive, just let us know how you want. 2, take your pick. I'll have that up for you this afternoon. We'll put it on the fan socials. You can get ahead for tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow's show, bonus hour. Tomorrow and Friday, 2-hour show. So join us at 1 o'clock. Mr. Smith, what are the people saying on the YouTube chats and the text toy?
A lot of love for USA hockey.
Yeah, as there should be. I'll tell you, man, the drama today. You get Canada winning in extra time. You get the U.S. winning in extra time. It is still set up where you can have USA, Canada. But like I said, man, there has to be some bumps along the road. Make it sticky.
You got someone that also said that you had a very clever hand gesture today.
Oh, yes. I'm if not cerebral. So as we go in there, always try to think of something very clever for you all. So you're welcome. Should we do? All right. This is, I don't like, you and I talked about this off the air, I think, yesterday, Casey. I don't like bringing people sad news.
Sad news is never fun.
But we've talked about Lindsey Vonn an awful lot in the Little Happy Hour. Did you see the latest update?
I did.
From Lindsey Vonn.
Makes me feel really bad about my joke yesterday.
What was your joke? Which one?
It was the lady who tore her ACL and then went out and won gold, and I said, move out the way, Lindsey Vonn.
Wow. I did not participate in the piling on Lindsey Vonn, so I will pat myself on the back for that. But here's what Lindsey Vonn posted on social media. While she was in the hospital after crashing and tearing up her leg for the second time in just over a week, her dog died. Little Leo has passed away. She was laying in the hospital in Italy, and her dog died. Is this the worst week ever?
I feel like such a terrible human being right now.
Well, in fairness, you should. I mean, so I don't know if it gets much worse than tearing your ACL, fighting your way back to go out and participate, to crash on your very first run, and then while you're in the hospital. Like, I don't know what worse can happen from this. I looked at that from every angle. I'm like, there's 0% chances I'm putting this into any joke. This just might be the
line where she said, the day that I crashed, so did my dog, kind of made me lose it a little bit.
Yeah, she said, Leo passed away the day after my crash. I said goodbye to my big boy as I laid in my hospital bed. Been some of the hardest days of my life. Still have not begun to process his passing. I will always love you, Leo. And then it's multiple pictures of her and her puppy. You were just shaking your head. I don't think you killed the dog.
No,
like,
but
okay.
now I feel bad for putting that energy out there.
Well, hey, listen. There was a I'm doing this come hell or high water attitude that she put out in the world, and unfortunately, the world did not bounce back. I hope she has a recovery. And if she wants to ski again, do whatever. But after going through this, I will never wish ill of Lindsey Vonn, and neither will you. So,
nope.
Yeah, I think we're safe there. Did you see the dog that was running around the cross-country
I did.
course?
We talked about it a little bit during the firm.
Maybe somebody from the U.S. team, maybe the entire U.S. team. Go find that dog, bring it back. We'll give it to Lindsey Vonn. Does that, no?
At least the dog made it down the hill.
I thought you weren't going to put that energy out into the world.
You floated it. You just left a floater hanging.
You are a terrible, terrible person. And, I mean, I appreciate it, but there you go. Like I said, keep an eye on the fan socials if you want to play Take Your Pick along with us tomorrow. It'll be an NBA edition. I was looking through it. This is the time of the year where after the All-Star break, it's going to start to get good. It's going to be a good weekend of NBA basketball. We'll talk a lot about that tomorrow, and we'll get y'all set up. No Lindsey Vonn jokes, I promise. Casey, can you make that promise?
If they're easy, I might.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. I guess thank you to Casey. And, of course, thank you, Isaac Ropp. We're all done for now. Bye-bye.